Hey everybody, it's Ia Patsy. How's everyone doing today? I'm hoping that you're all good and feeling perky and having a great time right after the holidays and getting ready to go into the holiday season. When you come across this, whenever you come across this though, this video is meant for you to see. So anyway, for if it makes any difference to anyone, it is 8:30, 2030, and the date is November. What are we? Is it the 28th? Let me see. I think it is. I can't ever do this. The 28th, Monday. So, for anybody that's important. So, the 28th to an 8, 10, 1, right? So this is for you. This is about something personal. And so I was sitting here getting ready, doing my prayers, listening to some music. I want to give a shout out to Irene Cara, who passed away over the Thanksgiving holiday. And I was listening to a few of her songs and saying the lyrics, reading the lyrics to songs besides the ones that we, Flash Dance and Fame. Part of our youth, our childhood. My sister even went to music and art in Harlem, music and arts high school. Music and arts or high school performing arts. I think it's music and arts. Wherever that Fame was supposed to be, that was where my sister went to school. And why did I shuffle that deck again? I don't know. Maybe the message wasn't meant to be. But I do know that the bottom of this deck, the Romance Angels, says give your relationship a chance. So, if it's romance, it could be something old, it could be something new, it could be something that you're hesitant about, but it says give your relationship a chance. And the other card that came from this Oracle deck was, I think it was Abundance. And it was, it was Abundance. Yes, Universal Abundance. Release your worries and receive. So, give your relationship a chance. Again, if this is something new, release your hesitation. Enjoy. Right? Receive. Let someone take care of you. Let someone be good to you. Let someone pamper you, spoil you, treat you, compliment you. Oh. And now it says the King of Pentacles. But before it was Six of Pentacles. So something was going to be coming into balance for someone. And now at the bottom of the deck is harmony is pure love. Harmony is pure love, for love is complete agreement. So, some of you are going to be in harmony with this person. Whoever's coming could be someone who is stable, someone who has a family. It could be a father figure. He could come from a stable family. He could just be someone who is stable on their own, abundant, generous, and on the same page. Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, Capricorn, or how did I just show? Virgo. forgot. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. All right, so release your worries and receive the abundance. All right, give the relationship a chance. Harmony is pure love. Complete agreement is that this could have something to do with music. You could share a love of music. Maybe you all are sending music messages. Maybe you are writing lyrics, poetry, something. Give your relationship a chance. Under that, we have deception. Someone is wearing a false mask. The moon, secrets. All right, so. And then engagement. So yeah. Calling in your soulmate is in the reverse. So this is something that you may not be expecting. Something that you hadn't considered. Something that you weren't expecting. A soulmate that you weren't expecting to show up. Someone who you have some kind of talk with. I mean, this could be engagement, of course, for some of you. Congratulations, if that is the case. But for some of you, you were engaging with a deceptive person that was not your soulmate. Could have been engaged to this person. And for some of you, maybe you're worried that this person is not your soulmate. Maybe you are worried that you are deceiving. They're deceiving you. You're deceiving yourself. This could be cold feet, right? The jitters before people get committed or get married, right? They say the runaway bride, or cold feet for the guys. They don't show up at all to that kind of stuff. God, it's horrible. But release that. If that's what you're fearing, someone, if you're fearing that, let go of that. Let go of that. Let go of that worry. Everything's going to be fine. They're probably as worried about it as you are, as scared as you are. Could be. And you could be picking up on their fears also. King of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this could be this could be a same-sex relationship, certainly. If not, and happiness. At the bottom, 10 of Cups, a happy ending. So, for some of you, if you're a King of Cups and a King of Wands, there's a happy ending. Now, tarot does not have to go by gender. It ends up doing that sometime as we're interpreting it, but it doesn't have to be so. Either of you, male or female, so it could be two females, it could be a male and a female, or this could be one person who is really in their feelings. Someone who has a lot of feelings but maybe in control of their feelings. Someone who's in control of their passions. But like still waters run deep, right? Someone that feels a lot but is able to control his passions. But he's very loving. So that could be you, a person, male or female, who is able to control themselves, control their passions, but it still remains loving. So this could be how someone sees you, or how you see the person that you're with, or who you're interested in. But if these are two separate people, one person is very passionate, and the other person is very emotional. But there's a lot of mutual feelings in that. Okay. That's why they came out together. This is mutual. Harmony. Right. Harmony. Mutual. So your feelings are mutual. If this is resonating. So far. All we've done is kind of surface stuff, right? And the 10 of Cups. Okay, so some regret. Someone has a broken heart. But they want to move forward. And they're very busy working. They're keeping their head down. Chariot, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Usually Cancer, it could even be a Sagittarius. Someone is regretting the heartbreak, and so they are looking towards a different path, and they have been focusing on their work. Yeah, come on.
1 second.
I'm recording. So there may be some messages of love coming, love offers from messages of working together. Thank you so much. Smells great. Yeah. Could be someone you worked with. Thank you. Something. You've been very patient about something. Thank you. Very patient. They've been patient. You've been patient. And doing a lot of healing. King of Swords. Clarity. You've gotten some clarity. They may have gotten some clarity after healing and getting balanced. Yeah. This could also be someone who is Ophiuchus, between Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Capricorn. This time now. Even though that's usually the World card, but that's what I'm getting. This is somebody who may be an earth sign. He or she may be a very stable person, and they are working on balancing and healing so that they could tell the truth. Okay. Okay. So someone has been working on, or get clarity. Get clarity about a situation. For somebody's trying to get it together, or has gotten it together enough so that they can speak their truth, whatever that truth is, to them or you. Some people is going to be coming out with the truth about who they are going to be with. And maybe that'll be, taking a leap of faith into something unknown. So, some people it is revealing that they are in a same-sex relationship, where we saw the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Right? Mm-hmm. No, King of Wands and the King of Cups. If those are two separate people. But if not, someone is just able to control themselves. But that doesn't mean that they don't have passion. That doesn't mean that they are not loving. Okay. So let's see what else. Anything else, Spirit? Another message did. I need to do this for someone. It's been tugging on me all afternoon. And I shout out to Queen Cup Tarot. Yes, Destiny. Beautiful. And y'all should check her out. She had just done a live and I had watched it, and it sounded, her spirit guide's great. As usual. But I've been trying not to do tarot or watch tarot for a while. I just needed to get out of that energy. It wasn't good for me psychologically or emotionally. And it brought me to a very dark place, which I know is part of the journey. But I'm just saying how it felt. I know that everything is for the good. Well, even the darkness. Because I was able to empathize with someone's depression. Because I know what that feels like, because I've been going through it for a long time. And they've been going through it for a short time. And I hope that it's only a short time, because it doesn't need to be as long as mine has been. But I have been trying to do the work, and I just didn't want to burden my subscribers with all that I was feeling. And then there were times I couldn't even get out of bed. There was times I couldn't even do nothing. It was dark. And it was draining. And I spent more time crying than I think I have in my life. But I also feel, or have been shown, or it has been revealed, that also being part of the journey, of my journey, that may have been delayed because I was so busy doing, right? I was surviving in my masculine energy, right? I had to take care of my children, take care of home. I dealt with fires and, all kinds of stuff. And always something. I was always juggling things. And I'm able to think and chew gum and walk and everything at the same time. And I was just like doing what I had to do. Still, finding time to relax a little, but always having to be responsible and to not let my hair down too much. I mean, we all had hangovers and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I mean, not letting myself just do anything that's going to, that was against my morals, Let's put it like that. Dang, okay. Against my morals, against my guidance, against who I am. I would get around it, but there was a distance that I set up. Again, that was part of my protection, part of my masculine energy, right? And I was this week, or I guess it was the last week, this story has been going on about this young lady, Shanquella Robinson, who was on a trip with friends, and anyway, she never came back to North Carolina, where she's from, alive. They went on vacation. So it was a group of them. They had her, I guess she rented the hotel room, or she has timeshares or something like that. And I've done things like that, but I haven't done it with 6 people. I mean, family, yeah, but not with just friends. If we went away, we all had our own rooms, right? It wasn't like that. But anyway, she either was in her name and they all gave her the money for it, or she treated them. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, they got into some kind of altercation, and it seems like they set her up to beat her up, and maybe it got out of hand, and she never made it back to the States. And then they lied to her parents and told them that she died of alcohol poisoning. But not that you can't, or at least feel like you're about to. I had that once. Oh my God. Do not, like if somebody makes a fruit salad and they put liquor in it, like rum or vodka at a party, if you're going to do that, do it then, but like don't go the next day, or don't eat too much of it, and don't go the next day. Like once the party's over, throw that out, no matter how much is left, because it really soaks up all of that alcohol, and I really thought I was going to die. That was years ago, but just a tidbit of information in real life. So anyway, they were in Cabo, Mexico, so that's out of the country also, so that's a whole nother layer of nonsense going on. But I just feel bad for that family. Her mother and father are so devastated. It's horrible. And they can't, I think they're starting to make arrests, or at least issue warrants for the arrest of some of the friends, the suspects, because they videotaped it. I think they went live on Facebook, and once you do that, they probably didn't even know how to delete it, or they didn't think that it was them, that she was going to pass. Or even if they did delete it, somebody else may have already taken it and, on something else and videotape the videotape. Could be. I don't know. I'm just speculating, as everyone else is. And we won't know anything until the authorities make their decisions, because it's the Mexican authorities and the U.S. FBI now, because this is international. Mexico has their laws, the U.S. has their laws, but the Mexican authorities have requested the FBI to step in. So, because they don't want this bad publicity. Cabo is like their resort, like area. People come and have a great time. It looks beautiful, all the video that they took. Pineapple. So, yeah, so she's, rest in peace, Shanquella. And, hopefully, well, I know they're going to get to the bottom of it, because somebody's gonna sing. Somebody's gonna give up the other people. Even if they're going down, they're not gonna let themselves take the rap for all of those other people. They're not those kind of people, because if they were, they wouldn't be in this situation to begin with, right? So they're not. There's no loyalty. There's sneakiness between them, but not loyalty at all. Whatever they were mad at her for, whatever they thought she did or did not do, doesn't call for this. Doesn't call for this type of response. Not from grown people. 25-year-old people. You're not 17. This is not high school. You're adults. You have jobs, families, lives, educations. You just 6 people, 7 people. Done. Threw away everything for revenge. Come on. Or for what? Was it some kind of sorority hazing or something? I don't know, but... And then there were men there, because it seemed like the women... It looked like it was 3 guys and 3 girls and herself. I guess her boyfriend was coming, a friend for her was coming the next day. So I guess it was kind of couples thing. Or that's how it would appear. But they were all friends sharing this villa. And I haven't watched all of the videos because I just don't need to. But just hearing the discussions that are going on out here in the YouTube streets. One guy showed up the next day, and by that time the others had rented a villa somewhere else in another hotel closest to the airport, and I guess he couldn't tell what was going on with her. I don't know. It just seems strange. It's like his story, something's being left out, or the hotel has nurse practitioners or something like that they may have thought were doctors, but they're not actually doctors. They wanted to take Shanquella to the hospital, and her friend insisted that they treat her at the hotel. So, I don't know. We don't know what the story really is. We don't know how thorough the notes that were taken for the hotel, log entries of what happened. Who knows what's going on? Police reports. Who knows? But these people were shady. They asked her mother for money to wire them $5,000 so that they could take her to the hospital, because they weren't going to accept her insurance. Like, what? No. Stop. They're going to take care of the patient, and they'll worry about that later, if she's in that state. And she did not die of alcohol poisoning. She died of a separation between her skull and her vertebrae. Something you couldn't see. You have to, do an autopsy, or see, it breaks like under your skin, and nobody can see it really. But they said that she she probably fell asleep, so she didn't feel that. If from what I understand, the person slowly falls asleep and fades out, so is not painful like that. Ding. Okay. So hopefully that's reassuring to anyone who knew her or really is concerned about that. Anyhow, so we're praying for justice to be served in that situation, whatever it is, all right? And no matter what, it's like, what are you doing? If you got beef with somebody, then you can talk, you can have an argument, you can, cuss somebody out, stop speaking to them, don't use them, don't take advantage of them. I mean, that's plotting if it was something that they had plotted. If it's something that just happened organically, you know how friends get into it. People could say messed up things, but I don't know. It was a lot. And the men that were with them, videotaped all of it. That was the point I was making. There were 3 men there, and at least 2 of them were there at the time, and you can hear them egging on the fight, telling her to fight back, and she said no. She wouldn't fight back. Bullying grown people. She was naked. They made sure she was in a vulnerable position. She could have nothing to defend herself with. Some thought went into that. To trick her into taking off her clothes and coming out of the shower or something. I think it was something they were all going to skinny dip or something, because she was like, y'all didn't take off your clothes? Mm-hmm. They probably were supposed to all go skinny dipping out in the pool or something outside of the villa. Who knows what the plan was, And, or what, I don't know what, but they somehow know that she was naked, and she was expecting that to have been the case for everybody, and when she got there, that was not the case. So one girl started fighting her, started beating on her. There was no fight, she was beating on her, and she didn't fight back, and those guys stood there and didn't stop it. Masculine. Taking control of a situation. Well, good. Make sure you tell the authorities that you allowed that, because you were in control of that situation, sir. When you allowed that abuse to happen in front of your face and you did not stop it. Instead, you were trying to encourage her to fight back for your pleasure. None of you men could have said enough. Stop it. Anyway. While I'm sitting here, my godmother recommended this deck, Tazama African Tarot. So since I'm sitting here and I haven't done any work in a long time, I'm going to make it separate. So I'm gonna unbox that. I'm gonna eat and unbox. But I just wanted y'all to know I've been healing and learning and growing, and assessing situations, assessing myself. As I've always said, this journey is about growth for myself and whoever's drawn to these messages who feels that they resonate with them also. but I just didn't want to take advantage, maybe. I don't know. Could have been ego, could have been pride. Not wanting to break down on camera, not wanting to. That was it, really. I didn't want to break down on camera, I think. And I guess I could have done the steam yard, but I just really learned how to do that recently, honestly. I mean, I tried it a few times, but I'm comfortable with it. And I guess I could have done it, and all you would have done was heard me cry, not seen me cry. I mean, I don't think I get an ugly cry. Who knows? Who cares? The point is, it wasn't even that. It was just I didn't even have the energy to do it. I didn't even have the energy. But I also realized that maybe the medication that I have been on may have played a role in that. My medication for my MS may have had a role in that also. And then there was almost 2 years that I wasn't taking any of it because I had to get off of one medication, Ocrevus, to go back to Tysabri. So I had to kind of like let everything get out of my body, and we had the pandemic going on. There's been a lot. And even when I retired, I thought I was going to be out here doing it, and doing it well, right? 2 years into it, I broke my ankle. That revealed a whole lot about a whole lot of folks at that time. But at the same time, it was to slow me down because I was going to be on my doing everything. So this slowed me down and gave me the chance to get to know everybody and to share my journey with you, to learn and awaken and ascend with the community. So at least I knew that I wasn't the only one going through it. And I hope I was able to let you know, whoever resonates with this, that you weren't the only one going through it. Different ones of us go through different stages at different times. There is no set time or order. But like I said, I think that this happened, like compressed a whole bunch of things because I didn't have time. I didn't have opportunity. You know, I sleep and don't even remember my dreams. I was in mode. You know, I was in just on the grind, as they say. I was on my grind. And then even when I had vacation times, I had a lot of things that I wanted to get done because, every 6 months you get 3 weeks. Oof. You get to visit places and people and do things. So all those things are in part of it. And raising a family, paying bills. There were times when I was on vacation. I actually had 2 jobs a couple of times. Like, what do you call it? Moonlight. I did waitressing and bartending when I got off of work sometimes because it was tight. But I had to do what I had to do. But I still had to buy groceries and things like that. Actually go to the supermarket and do those things. No one was going to do it for me. Nope. Kids weren't old enough to drive. And we only had 1 car. Sometimes we had 2, but by that time, I wasn't even worrying about anybody the grocery store sometimes was a nice break, actually. You got to pick you got to pick your piece when you can. So even when you're doing all of the running around and making everybody else's life comfortable, you got to find a thing for yourself to think. And part of this spiritual journey that's happened to me is that I have really retreated into myself and retreated into dark places sometimes as was necessary. But I just mean it was just a real in order to process some things, I had to pull myself back from everybody. And maybe it was confusing to people, or other people, they were fine with it. Could care less. And get to understand that too. So, and that's part of it, realizing some people just didn't care, could care less, and being okay with that. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to love you. And there's people that make you think that they love you, and they absolutely do not. That's the part of it that really is the draining part, is the hurtful part. And that can be romantic, friendships, children, siblings, parents, co-workers, just people. You know, we give titles to people, but they're still just people. And people have their ways, you know. And even if you know that and you're not trying to change anybody's ways, even that boggles some people's minds, I guess. I mean, if you're an optimistic person, sometimes, like, people hate pessimism, right? I'm a pessimist. Not pessimist, no, I'm not. A procrastinator, yes. Pessimist, I try to be an optimist. I don't share my pessimism that much. When I do, it's for a reason. That's the thing that I don't think that people get. So if I'm optimistic, then go. But there's some people that actually hate the fact that I'm optimistic. But then, if I'm pessimistic, they get mad because they feel like I'm bringing that energy. Listen. I gotta be me. I just am who I am, and I'm sorry. I know that I have spirit tells me things, and if I warn somebody about something, that shit. It's always been like that. And then there's nothing that I ever thought about or knew or anything. But listen. We all have gifts. Some people have the gift to sing. Some people have the gift to write poetry, as I said before. And some people have the ability to hear, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. Some people have all of them. Some people have them and they flip back and forth as needed and as necessary. Some people only have certain clairvoyant gifts or clairaudience gifts. Some people are able to channel. Listen, like anything that is taboo in society, just like homosexuality, LGBTQ plus stuff, when things aren't understood, when people can't relate to them, when the Bible, the scriptures, whatever your holy book says that this is bad, then it's hard to deprogram that when it's a societal type of a thing. It's a big, a big belief system. It takes a while. And sometimes it takes years, and sometimes people never get it. But it's real. It's real no matter how anybody looks at it. You know your relationship with God. Whatever you call God. Your higher self. Your higher understanding. Allah, Buddha, Goddess, the Creator, Jesus. Whatever you put your soul's journey in the hands of, right? Whoever you believe is in control besides you, no other human, it's just you and your higher self, you and your Creator, you and your ancestors, you and the divine, you and the universe, whatever it is, whatever you believe. That's what it is. And maybe people think you're crazy. I thought my aunt was crazy, but I also know that I have been around people who have the gift, and it was real. Things may not manifest right then, but as time goes on, it could be years from now, it could be months from now, it could be weeks from now, it could be in the next 10 minutes, or it could be going on right now. But you'll find out about it, you'll hear about it. I get intuitive hits for a reason. Something like the rabbit hole thing, you know, when you look something up on Google and you end up somewhere that you didn't expect to be. It's something like that. It's kind of something like that, where you'll get a thought, a hit, a download. And if you follow that, and whatever that is, it'll lead you to something else, and then something else, and it'll get you exactly to not only the action, but the answers as to why you had to take that action. Sometimes it turns around in minutes, hours, days, and sometimes it takes weeks or months or years. But you will understand why you had to take that path, why you came upon that website, why you read that book, why you whatever. Because everything has a purpose. When you are on this journey, when you're tuned into it, we're all on the journey, but some of us are more tuned in than others. But I want to say prayers again for those who have lost. Since the last time I did a video, Gilbert Deans, Sam Clemens, friends, good men, responsible dads, just solid black men. Not saying they wasn't out there doing stuff. I wasn't their wife. I don't know what the underlies are, and you know, what looks good on the outside don't necessarily mean that it's good on the inside. But I have seen some really great relationships, or at least men that I looked to say, oh, that's a good man, and I knew their wives well enough for them to say they ain't perfect, but yeah, they're great guys. You know, they're happy that they married them. They're happy that their lives have progressed the way that they have. Everybody gets into, nonsense, and after a while you living with a person long enough, it's like living with your cousin or your sister or brother. But when husbands are, I've had women tell me bad stories about husbands, and I've had women who've told me great stories about husbands. So I'm not jaded in that sense. I believe, I really do believe in happily ever after. I do. And I know that that's delusional, but happily ever after doesn't mean it stays always harmonious all the time. People have their thing back and forth, but I believe that people who want to be together, determined to stick it out, not because that's what society says, not because that's what the religion says, not because they're scared of their parents or what friends are going to say, but because they actually truly love one another and respect one another. But then there's, I realize that the women that I know, that they're not the women. There are women that I know, and both of them are my buddies, my two good friends. And one is black and one is white. One is actually African and one is white. And both of them are fire signs. One's an Aries and one's a Sagittarius. Shout out y'all. I ain't gonna say your names because then, protect the innocent and the guilty. But they were married for many years, like 30, 40. Oh, and then it was over. In one scenario, I know it was because of cheating. My other girlfriend, like I said, I couldn't even. I was so in my shit that I didn't even want to talk about it. But during that time, she was going through it with her husband, apparently. But she looks great. And she's a creative person, she has her art. Both of them do. Both of them are very creative people. And they have their art and they have their kids. Both of them have a boy and a girl, just like me. Interesting. And I've known one for years. We met at work back in the 80s, and we've been buddies since. And the other one I met through school when my son my son was in school. So it's like one friend has known me through everything, through the entire journey of my life and my kids and all of that. She's in there, and I've been there for hers. And the other one, she's picked up the other half when the other one moved down south and left me. So I needed to have a buddy, and God was good. And they've met each other, but I didn't tell them that the other one got divorced. I gotta do that. I haven't spoken to my girlfriend that's right here, and today's her birthday, so yeah. I'll give her a call tomorrow, maybe. I reached out to her on Facebook and Messenger, but maybe I'll call her. But I got somewhere to go tomorrow, so I don't want to, say tomorrow. Maybe when I get back. Ooh, what did I just do to my camera? Yeah, so, maybe when I get back. So, anyway, I think that's enough. Anything else, Spirit? Just know that I don't need to make any more excuses, right? Those of you who are with it, you know how it is and what's going on, because you're going through it yourself. And I'm here to tell you that we are still here. We are still here. And, I do have these. I didn't know I had them up here. I have cards all over the house. So, let's just do something real quick for fire sign. No. Whoever comes across. Ophiuchus. Maybe. Decisions. Archangel Jophiel. Jopheil. Release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on the lack of self-confidence. That went with that other card that had come out earlier, right? So decisions is 15. So this could have something to do with love, because 1 and 5 is 6. Something emotional. Maybe someone feels restricted, or they are deciding to let go of something that is unhealthy. It could be a habit, it could be a relationship. And maybe they're doubting whether or not they'll be able to be free. Because this is like a bird in a cage, right? But that door, that cage has open doors. And 2 of the birds have flown the coop. And one is still sitting there because she chooses to. Oh, there's more than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6 birds. And one is still sitting in the cage. And everybody else has gone. So someone could just be stuck. Or this could be an empty nest. Maybe someone's children have all grown up and gone, or their ancestors, and they feel alone. Yeah, maybe someone's lost a lot of family and they're stuck. And someone may be learning about being patient and learning about balancing themselves and their emotions. But there's protection. You're being protected. The person or the situation that's causing you to feel stuck. You're being guided and you're being protected through that. Know that. There's some things you're going to have to learn how to let go of. Need a detox. Get out more. Have confidence in yourself. Because part of why you're indecisive is because you don't know whether or not you're able to do something different. So maybe you feel like you want to release yourself from a situation, but you're addicted to it. You're addicted. Maybe some of you have an addictive personality. But it's unnecessary worry. And it's only there because you don't have the confidence that you actually have. You need to have more confidence in yourself. You have the ability to do whatever it is that is holding you, that you want to do, that you're holding yourself back from doing. You have the gift to do that. And you just need to let go of some negative thoughts, some negative habits, some negative behaviors, some negative people. Something in your surroundings, maybe. Need to detox. Okay, let's get something else. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else? All right. So, Page of Michael. Something. A new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Make sure that you pay attention to any contracts that you sign. So it could be a decision about moving, selling a home, because everybody's flown the coop, everybody has moved out and gone on, and maybe you find that you need a smaller space. And so you're going to look at this as a new challenge, right? You're going to look at this as a new adventure. You've invested wisely. So perhaps you have money saved up, or you put your money into good investments. Have patience and watch it grow. Watch it grow. Pay attention to it, but make plans on how you're going to capitalize on your investment. So maybe you are selling a home and you have equity. Okay, someone could have equity in a home. A home was a good investment. And so now it's time to sell it, and you'll be able to do what you need to do with that money. Pay off the mortgage. Maybe you've already paid off the mortgage and all of it is just taxes and yours, right? So that could be a possibility. That could be a possibility. Ooh, Queen of Ariel. That's mature, honest, nurturing, the truth, clarity, practical, someone who gives wise advice, someone who's able to make everything nice, someone with the gift of gab. Eight of Ariel, taking pride in the work that you do. Keep practicing. So maybe when you get this abundance, if this has to do with selling a home, you will be able to be proud of yourself and the decisions that you make. Maybe you won't recognize until you see what you have accomplished. Seek out other possibilities, look for the magic in life, and be aware of your own emotions. So maybe you have been indecisive about the situation. Two of Ariel. Have balance. You can do this. You make it fun for yourself. Okay? Make it you may be ambivalent about selling the home. Okay. Maybe. You're ambivalent about making this move, ambivalent about selling the home. Maybe you're attached to your home. There are memories there. Okay. But just try to remember the good times, right? For the good times. Okay. This is being able to balance and work at multiple things, right? Chew gum and walk at the same time and talk and do everything else that you need to do. You're able to balance that. And you are balanced. And you're going to be making whatever it is that you go to next, whatever place you move to, whatever situation you find yourself in, you're going to make that fun for yourself and everyone else also. So, if this is about making a decision on whether or not to sell a property or to move or to leave or change residences, even change countries, whatever it is, you've invested wisely, you have enough resources, you're stable, and you can make the best of anything. You can make, wherever you go, you'll make it your own, male or female. So if you're thinking of moving in with someone, that type of a thing, maybe, they have their things, you have yours, you'll be able to work it out and find balance in it. Don't let it hold you back. You have to be able to compromise. This is part of the lesson when you're moving in together, right? You got to be able to see who's going to leave that ugly couch. Should we buy new carpet for this place, you know? Maybe both of you need new places, right? And so everything's going to be brand new, possibly. But you don't have to move into someone else's, and they don't have to move into yours, or whatever. Maybe everybody's going to be selling and moving at the same time, whatever it is. But it's positive, and you can handle it. You can juggle whatever it is that you need to juggle. You have blessings and you have protection. So thank you guys so much letting me come forward with this message. I guess, like I said, I was watching Queen Cup, and she was talking about how she had, you know, she does her readings, and she's been going through it just like the rest of us. And she must have really, she apologized for the last live that she did before now. So I haven't watched it. I saw it when it went up. I saw it when she, you know, the notification came, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't even hear it. I just was like, So maybe it wasn't meant for me to hear at that time, but for whatever it was, she was in a dark place. But she said that she got reassurances, and she understood how much she's loved and valued in the community. And but see, I felt, I just didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to be angry on, you know. But hindsight is 20/20. We all do things differently. Yin and yang. She's comfortable, you know, with her. She didn't mean to do that, you know, but that's how it came out, and she can be, she embraces her dark side. Me, I don't embrace my dark side like that, I guess. When it's necessary, I guess. Oh yeah, I can, but still, I try to hold that back, because I don't think anybody really wants to see my wrath. I think I scared myself. That's why I don't do it. I really do. This, as I was doing my soul searching, I don't think it would be good for someone. Somebody would get it, and it wouldn't even be what they deserve. Maybe, but it would be extra, maybe. And I just don't even want to put myself in that position, so try to not fall into that. But some people can take me there. Someone did take me there recently, but it wasn't a close friend. It was someone online, and I had to calm myself, because I was going to come on here about them. But I waited. I said, nope, I'm not going to be impulsive. I am going to go ahead and just watch and listen. And I'm glad I did. Sometimes people are negative to you because you remind them of someone and they don't want to admit it. Especially if they're still in the mourning stage. It could be good qualities. But if it's coming out of someone else and they haven't healed from the loss, just like any relationship, right? You make the next person pay for the last one's fuck-ups, right? But something like that. Or if you haven't embraced the fact or accepted the fact that someone is transitioned, and maybe someone comes around and you hear that voice but you don't. It's not a familiar voice, but it's that energy. Some people, it makes you uncomfortable and you lash out. And the person that you're lashing out at doesn't even know what's wrong. But I was blessed to get clarity and acceptance and empathy and forgiveness, because they had me there. I was ready to get on the plane to find their ass for quite like overnight, tight, like pacing tight, and I don't give nobody that, but that's how riled up this person got me. And I was like, let's see. But I ain't no punk, right? I ain't no punk. But at the same time, I have empathy and sympathy. And what that person was going through, I haven't gone through, but I have differently. But the depression, the staying in your bed, and the sun could come up and go down, and you still haven't moved except maybe to pee. Go to the bathroom. Barely eating. I mean, I lost 80 pounds plus. Everybody say, oh, that's great. No, it's not. Not because you lost it because you were starving, because you were so depressed. But it serves a purpose. So now that I'm lost that weight, I can tighten it up and tighten it up. Just tighten it up, I guess. But at least I'm not overweight, right? There's none of that anymore at all. That's not part of the situation. And it won't be. Because it took me 40 years to put that weight on. I don't think I actually really lost my... Well, I did when I had my daughter. By the time I had my son, I had lost that. But I always had that kangaroo pouch. So this is no different, really. It's just that I've lost weight on my legs, my calves. My legs, my calves were really like, that's my prized possession there. I guess that's why I broke my leg, right? But still there's no scar. Because me and the doctor had a nice talk before we started that surgery. And he was very good, God bless him. No scar. But I lost weight on my legs, and I don't like that. I don't like that. But it's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. I guess I was this... but, you know, honestly, I haven't been this since I was in college. No, lies. When I got on a job. When I was in college, I was 120, 130. Yeah, okay. Dang. But when I started on the job, I was like 150, 160. So, yeah. Still, I guess I could still fit those uniforms, but I have no desire to do so. Anyway, it's gone too long, and I just hope that that was helpful to someone. Okay, you got this. Don't be afraid. You can handle it. You can make it beautiful wherever you go. So, I'm gonna eat and hopefully come back and we will take a look at this Tazama African Tarot. Right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this is the actual box, so if you see it, gold and gray, golden gray, yeah, but it's a small business, right? And there's a little thank you note and everything here. I haven't even opened it yet, guys, at all. I was saving it. I've saved a couple. I have the animal spirit cards. 2 Christmases ago. I never opened it. But anyway, let me eat. Thank you. Love you guys. Talk to you real soon. Peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I know I haven't been doing a lot of postings, but still, hang in there with me, you guys. Love you.